Hello, algebra students. Mr. Lawrence here, and we have gotten a lot of practice at using the discriminant, finding the zeros, finding the vertex. Now we're going to start graphing these parabolas. Now, not all parabolas will have zeros or x-intercepts, but we're going to start with ones that do. By the way, I should be marking my origin, my x-axis, and my y-axis. Julia, if I forget to do that on the next problem, you let me know, all right? Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. First, I need my discriminant, right? So I need the b squared minus 4ac. So I better figure out a, b, and c. Make sure I get those right. If you make a sign error in there, you've screwed the whole thing up. So a is going to be 1, b is going to be 8, and c is going to be 15. So I need to do b squared using parentheses so I don't have to do push-ups. Minus 4 times 1 times c. All right, 64 minus 60. And my discriminant is 4. So what do I know? I really liked how Alison Pasquale was doing this. She put 4, and then she put, there's 2 solutions. Yeah, I'm going to write 2 x-intercepts, but remember, those terms mean the same thing. Alison, as long as you know that those solutions are x-intercepts, you keep writing solutions. All right, so there's 2 solutions. So I'm going to go find them. I use the whole quadratic formula to find them. So I go x equals the negative of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And notice the negative of b is over the 2a. Some of you were stopping your division bar, only putting it here. No, it's negative b is over it also. All right, so b is 8, so I need the negative of b. I know the discriminant already is 4 because I just figured that out. All right, and that's all over 2a. Please don't leave this off. Some of you leave it off and then put it in later. You will forget to put it in, I promise you. Put it in now. Don't be that lazy. All right, plus or minus 2 over 2. So I've got 2 problems here. I liked how some of you were doing this. And so you've got negative 8 plus 2 divided by 2. Then you have negative 8 minus 2 divided by 2. And so I believe this is going to be negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. So one of the zeros occurs at negative 3, 0. This is going to be negative 10 divided by 2, which is negative 5. The other 0 is at negative 5, 0. So I'm going to go ahead and plot those 2 points. Let's see here. I better do them in green. Negative 3, 0 would be right there. No, I guess I don't need to do that because then the numbers are already on there. So that's a good idea, but it's not necessary in this case. And then negative 5, 0 is there. Now, to find the vertex, there's 2 parts to that, right? First, I have to use the front part of the quadratic formula. X equals negative b over 2a. And I believe b was 8, so negative b would be negative 8. And a was 1, so this will be 2. So the x-coordinate of the vertex is at negative 4. I've got to find the y-coordinate, right? I've got to figure out the y-coordinate. So I'm going to take the original equation, but instead of putting x in, I am going to put a negative 4 in parentheses every time I'm supposed to write x. So negative 4 squared plus 8 times negative 4. And I don't remember, what was it? Hold on a second. Having a little technical difficulty here. Sorry about that. There we go, plus 15. All right. There we go. Okay, so plus 15. So I squared this, and I get 16. 8 times 4 is 32. It's a negative. And then a positive 15. How many positives do I have? 31. How many negatives do I have? 32. I must have one negative. So that is the location of my vertex, negative 4, negative 1, right there. And now I'm ready to draw my parabola. And I'm not going to draw it perfect. I'm just going to get a nice U shape passing through the 2 zeros. and the vertex right there. Just like that. All right, let's try one more. Okay. I better put my origin, x-axis, and my y-axis in. And I'm going to start with A, B, C. Easy as 8, negative 10, negative 3. All right, so going for the discriminant, right? B squared minus 4AC. So it'll be negative 10. Remember, Joey, use those parentheses. Minus 4 times A. And then C is negative 3. So this will be 100 plus, see, 96, I think, right? 32 times 3. Yeah, 96, which means my discriminant is 196. So, again, there are two x-intercepts, two solutions, two roots. All right, so let me see. I've got to go find those zeros, those x-intercepts. So x equals the negative of b. Notice b turned positive. If b is negative 10, then the negative of that is positive 10, plus or minus the square root of the discriminant, all over 2a. All right, so I'm going to get 10 plus or minus, I think that's a perfect square. I think that's 14. And that'll be over 16. And so then we have those two problems. So we have 10 plus 14 over 16. And we also have 10 minus 14 over 16. So this is going to be 24 over 16. If I simplify this fraction, we get 3 over 2, or 1 1/2. The y-coordinate is 0. Here I'm going to get negative 4 over 16, which simplifies to negative 1/4. So I'll get negative 1/4, 0. There are my two zeros, my two x-intercepts. 1 1/2, 0, which would be right about there, and negative 1/4, 0, which should be pretty close to the y-axis over there. All right, now I go find the vertex. Okay, so the vertex, two parts to the vertex, right? First the x-coordinate. So I have to, x equals the negative of b over 2a, which is 16. The x-coordinate of the vertex, simplifying this, is going to get me 5/8. Yeah, 5/8. Now to find the y-coordinate of the vertex, I have to plug in 5/8 into the original equation. So I'm going to get y equals 8 times 5/8 squared minus 10 times 5/8. I can't remember what it is at the end there. Negative 3. Okay. So minus 3. Now some of you are so afraid of fractions. Look, if I got 8 over 1 times 25 over 64, and then here I have 10 over 1 times 5 over 8 and minus 3. So Wonder Woman's going to show up. Help me out here. Going in there 8 times, so I'll have 25 over 8. Going to leave it like that for the moment. All right. Since this has a denominator 8, I'm not going to simplify it. And I'm going to get a minus 50 over 8 minus 3. You know, I might as well turn that into a denominator of 8. So that would be 24/8, wouldn't it? Right? 24/8. All right, how many negatives do I have? Well, I have negative 74/8, and I have positive 25/8. And I think that's going to end up being 49. 49/8. All right. How many times does 8 go in there? Well, it's going to go in 5 times. And no, it's going to go 6 times. My mistake. 8's going into 49 6 times. 6 times 8 is 48, so it's going to be 6 with 1 left over. So my vertex is going to occur at 5/8, 6 1/8. So 5/8 would be a little bit more than a half, and then 6 1/8. This should be a negative, shouldn't it? Yeah, I have a sign error. Yeah. Yep, that should be a negative right there, which makes that a negative. Sorry about that. Hopefully you caught it. So, negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1/8. Now you're going to laugh at me because it's very difficult to draw these parabolas using this airliner. I've been doing this for a few years and I just can't seem to get it right. You can do a better job with a pencil. So you go ahead and make sure you do a nice U shape. All right. That's the best I can do. If I'm just kind of going like this, it's no big deal. But when I'm trying to hit those 3 points, I have a real tough time with it. So make sure you draw a nice pretty U. All right, that's it. So we found the discriminant to determine how many zeros. We went and found our zeros. And then we found our vertex. And remember, the vertex has 2 parts to it. All right, so we're graphing parabolas. That's it for the video. Good night, everybody.